Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. In this episode, I'm joined by Wina, and she's an enthusiast of ferns here in Indonesia. We're going to be nerding out about ferns, sharing different species, care tips, as well as Wina's expeditions looking at ferns in nature. You ready?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
So, Wina is my first guest here in this house. Thank you
really?
so much. Yes, you are.
No, thank you.
Thank you. And Wina is really passionate about ferns. I follow her on Instagram for a while. She's got a YouTube channel. Please do check it out. She does this amazing visual storytelling. There's a lot of English subtitles where it needs to be, and there's a lot of expeditions in nature to look at ferns. There's some clips of her collection that's really gorgeous. So if you're into ferns, or if you just want to be around greenery, really calming environments, check out her channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she does have an episode to talk about why she loves ferns, but I think I'm going to ask her again.
Well, I think I played games when I was little, and I love this, this RPG. They have a set in, magical forest, and there's always ferns.
Okay.
And we live in a city, and we can't get that vibe. The only thing we have to get is from, I think it's from ferns. And I love dinosaur, and in every dinosaur book there's always ferns, tree ferns, and that's the first time I fell in love with ferns. I think it's just because playing games.
So you like Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
And then you probably play Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, do you play it?
I do. We're the same. I love Jurassic Park as well, and I played all the Final Fantasy.
All the series?
Not the latest ones, because I
don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time. Yeah, you have to get the new console. You have to get the PS4 or 5.
But do you play the 9, the 10?
Of course, many times.
See, it's amazing, and that's so you understand when I say about the magical forest. You know, yeah.
Maybe that is why, I don't know, I've never thought about it before, but maybe that is where my interest in plants also kind of come from, because they have generated these beautiful worlds they're quite realistic in a way. Yeah. So.
But that's where I love ferns, and it's sunny in BSD, and I always think when I see ferns, it's just it cools my mind.
Okay.
That's it. No other explanation.
Deep, profound reason.
No, sadly no. I'm sorry, sadly no.
Yeah, but her obsession with ferns really come through in her Instagram and also on her YouTube channel. That's why I'm really drawn to her visual storytelling and how she captures these ferns. Tell me about your expeditions. Like, you travel around Indonesia, and are you on the lookout for ferns only, or do you want to just enjoy nature in general? Are you looking for adventures, or what is the main purpose?
In Indonesia, there's not many information about the species that we have in here, and I think the expedition, or you just like the traveling through this nature, the main reason is for me to learn about the species. Okay. Because even though they're a houseplant, but they're actually not a houseplant. You know, they're out there. So I think who could teach me better than Mother Nature? So that's why I have to get out there. To learn about this asplenium, I have to go to this forest, and I want to see where they actually live. Okay. And the only thing I could do is have to travel to the forest and see them. I just knew that they grow on the rocks. Never thought about that. Or they live in the river banks. So that's why I go out and do all of this, because I can't find them. Other country has so many books that I could read, but they don't have Indonesian species. In Indonesia, there's not many books. Yeah. So the only way to do them, I have to go out and go to these places. So I have to see, where is this, let's say, Angiopteris, the first thing, Angiopteris. So, or where do they spread in Java, in Bogor. So that's why I have to go to Bogor. I have to hike, and I have to see, they live in this MDPL. What do you call that?
NDPL is
the height, you know, 2000 mdpl, do you know?
It's like a height elevation?
Yeah,
like
the
a, like
elevation,
yeah.
and then the humidity. So I can learn so many things from just going to nature.
Interesting. And by the way, in this video, we're going to be showing a lot of clips and photos, and these are all from Wina, just so you know. Yeah, I'm going to be troubling her for some clips later to show me what she's talking about. But I hope that that's also piqued your interest in ferns as well, and discovering more. But can you tell us quickly how many species or how many genera or species roughly of ferns in the world?
In the world?
Maybe, yeah. It's going to be on the screen then. It's going to be, we're going to flash it on the screen.
No, I don't remember. It's a lot. But I don't remember. I know there's so many species, but I'm bad with numbers and names, so I don't remember, but there's a lot.
Now, roughly, how many percent of the diversity is in Indonesia? Like, do we have like 10% of the ferns in the world? Roughly, like 5 to 10%, 20%, roughly.
Why don't you tell me in advance so I can read?
I'm giving her a hard time. But it's going to be on the screen. We're going to try to like figure out like a range.
I feel so bad because I couldn't remember. I think so.
But we have a lot, I'm guessing.
Yes,
and,
we have a lot. We have a lot.
Put her on the spot here because I like to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is an easier question.
Okay.
Like if you were to categorize ferns, there are many different like types of ferns, like tree ferns, name me some of the categories that
I categorize
that
ferns.
You subclassify them
into.
Yeah.
So I classify ferns as one is terrestrial, and then epiphyte.
Okay.
And then how do you call the one that lives on the rock?
Lithophytes? I don't know. I don't know. We came up with that.
Yeah, maybe the one that lives in the rock, and aquatic ferns.
Aquatic.
So there's 4 categories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aquatic as in like fully submerged?
Yes.
Or underwater?
Yeah.
How do they spread their spores? They do.
They do, I think.
Okay,
but now I only focus on the terrestrial and epiphyte.
Okay. Terrestrial includes like the tree ferns.
Yes, the tree ferns.
And like what?
Like diplasium.
Okay, no idea, but the image is gotta be on the screen.
Okay, diplasium, and then like the one that you have in the back, Didymochlina.
Okay.
Yeah, Angiopteris.
Yeah.
Pisana, it all is terrestrial.
Okay.
And the one epiphyte is like this one, Splenium.
Okay. Yeah.
They actually live on the trees.
Okay.
So when you hike, you don't see them on the forest ground.
Yeah, Asplenium is also, the Kadaka is also an Asplenium. Like
yes,
Asplenides.
This one, I think they have a new name, Asplenium tenerum farpalidum, I think. I think so. They have a long name. Sometimes I'm bad with names, sometimes I get it wrong. This one is Asplenium kinzoi.
This a hybrid or?
I think so, yeah, X-kinzoi.
Yeah.
So is that a hybrid?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. So Asplenium is epiphyte. So I'm focusing, right now I'm trying to learn with those 2 categories.
Okay.
The aquatic, no, I haven't.
Yeah, but there's a lot or
yes.
not? Okay. And then the ones that live on rocks, would you say that the maiden hair fern, the adiantums, do they live on rocks generally?
When I hike, I saw them live by the rock sometimes. But I don't know if they are categorized by the ferns that lives on the rock. I don't.
How would you categorize them? Epiphytes?
No, terrestrial.
They're terrestrial.
They don't really live. Sometimes they live on the ground. Sometimes.
Okay.
That's just my observation.
Yeah. And I think everyone's dying to know really quickly because everybody's tried and failed the general care for maiden hair fern.
Well, for me, I have some maiden hair ferns in my house, but you cannot just like, it's a maiden hair fern. So this is the
recipe for everybody. It's not the same for everyone.
No, it's not the same. So there's the one that's really easy, the one that loves sun, there's the one that hates sun. But mostly they do need a good circulation.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. When you hike, when you hike, you see these maiden hair ferns live on the cliff. See, they have a really good air circulations.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes, and then they live near the water source.
They get sprayed on by water.
Yeah, so it means, good humidity.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can give you about maiden hair ferns, but I think the main recipe is good circulation.
Okay.
I think so, because just try to put it somewhere like, I don't think it will grow.
Yeah, if it's like still air. I have the feeling too. That's why I've been trying to rescue it, bring it back. I've been moving it to different places. It's like they live in this like waterfalls or whatever. They actually live on like rocks and moss, so they don't need a lot of medium. They have very shallow roots. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. And then they really like constant moisture, but not so much as to, they can get overwatered easily. They can turn yellow if you keep them sitting in like a soggy soil for too long, and they really need that movement of air. I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that movement of air, because you can also see the way the frond shapes are really like filmy, like itu loh, ya halus, soft. They're really soft. It means they live in a good circulation.
And when you have fronds that beautiful, you always want to be dancing, right?
True.
Kind of like people, like beautiful people, they love to dance.
You love to Yeah, that's the only thing I could give you about maiden hair ferns. I don't have a lot of them because I have a limited space, and I think for their fronds to grow really beautiful, they need space also. Of course, obviously, you cannot just put maiden hair ferns like this. It's really
like next to each other.
Yes, and then you expect them to grow really beautiful. No,
they need room to dance.
Yeah, that's how you call it.
They need the whole dance floor.
Yeah, that's what I can give you.
I'm like that too when I'm in a club. Like I don't want people to like touch me. I want my own space to dance.
Oh really? So I'm the main character in this dance?
Yes. I push people away.
I can't wait to see you.
I'm kidding. Okay, next question. Maybe put you on the spot here. What is your top 3 most beautiful fern according to you? This is subjective.
Well, this is very subjective. One is Pisana.
Okay.
And then the second one would be, this is quite hard because I love everything. I have one, I forgot the name because I only see them in the wild. I love Aglomorpha acuminata.
Okay, and you have pictures of these or
yes,
clips?
I do.
Okay, good.
I know.
It's going on the screen.
And then I love, the one that I draw. I love Christiansenia.
You said you draw?
Yeah, I draw because I love the
you draw ferns?
Yeah, I draw. There's one that I really love, Christiansenia azulifolia. I don't know if I say it right, but I love it so much. So I draw them.
Do you draw using what medium?
iPad.
Oh, okay. Is it nice enough to show on the screen?
Yeah, you can show on the screen.
It's going to be on the screen.
Yeah. The file is so big.
Yeah, and just so you know, me and Wina, this is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
I've stalked her for many years. I've asked her for a content, I think 2 years ago.
I know, I feel bad.
But COVID happened and this move happened, so we're glad to be able to get together finally. So we were just chatting earlier, and you are kind of studying fern, you're collecting fern, and you're also propagating them. And you are starting, or you already have a fern shop, maybe?
I actually have a small fern shop. I have ferns books in there, and every type of ferns, only ferns.
You said books?
Yeah, because I always have a hard time to find fern books in here, so I sometimes when I go anywhere else and then I import them, and then if you are really want to know about ferns and you having a hard time to find books about ferns, you can find it in my little fern shop.
But you're also propagating by spores?
Yes, by spores.
And vegetatively as well?
Yes.
Interesting. And we'll be talking a little bit about propagation in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, please do check out her shop. I think ferns, most of my viewers are from overseas, and ferns are not something that exports easily. Is there export regulations for ferns, by the way? Is it protected species or
some but I haven't really trying to know about the exporting ferns, because right now my main focus is how to grow them. Yeah. So I can't say a lot about them. Because I don't really know. I don't want to say something wrong because the regulations. So I'm not sure. But there are some protected ferns that you cannot export. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because nobody ever asks me about ferns or fern propagations. I think they're beautiful, don't get me wrong. They're beautiful indoors, but also outdoors. There's so many varieties of them. But I really hope that local collectors start to grow them more and show how they can look in a space, like indoor or outdoor. In terms of conservation, I do also understand, I don't know if we want to talk a little bit about conservation status of ferns? Are they protected? Are there many endangered species? Are people poaching them? What is the out in the field? What have you seen?
Well, there are in Indonesia. There are some protected species that's out there.
Endangered.
Yes, endangered. You can read that because sometimes I ask with people that really study about ferns, and they will give me the link to see if they are endangered or not. But yeah, in Indonesia, most of them still poach. Yeah.
So be careful if you find if you're buying ferns from people in Indonesia. Make sure they're not like
poached,
taken from the forest. You can tell, right? The leaves will be like weird.
Well, if you take if you've been taking care of ferns for like years, you will know.
Yeah.
You will know because the root shape.
Yeah.
You will if it's from the wild, you can see it's not a perfect.
Yeah.
Sempurna, bentuknya sempurna. How do you say
it's not going to be a perfect shape.
Yes, the root system is not. It's like sometimes like easily tree ferns.
Yeah.
It's like bending. Like
tree ferns are heavily poached. No?
Yeah, it's not easy to grow them.
Yeah.
I've been trying to grow them by spores.
Yeah, and
still green. I have to be.
Okay. They take a while too. I heard like years to get like to a decent size.
This one I grow. Which one? Yeah, Tectaria hilocarpa. Not every species. Sometimes there's some species that grows quick.
Yeah.
That some species grow like really slow grower from spores. Like this one Tectaria hilocarpa. It took me 2 years, and finally they're sprouting.
2 years. Oh my god! But they produce thousands of them.
Yeah.
Or hundreds.
Hundreds probably. I hope so.
So wait, hang on. Like with many ferns, you can actually divide them, you propagate. But with tree fern, you just have the one trunk.
Yeah, one trunk.
How do you even like can you vegetatively propagate a tree fern?
I never tried them because there's only one trunk, and the only way I do propagate them right now is by spores.
Now I have something interesting. I'm going to show on the clip where I was in Chiang Mai and I saw that a tree fern actually did fall down.
Yeah.
It falls down to the bottom, and then little growth started happening from the trunk. Now I'm wondering what happens if somebody like took like a tree fern like that, and you cut off like the top and you propagated that in a media. Would the top survive or not?
Well,
nobody's tried.
I don't. Well, I cannot say sure, but like for black gnome.
Okay.
Black gnome. Sometimes how do you say? It's not trunk, right? In ferns, how do you say that?
The main.
The main.
Type,
or I don't know how to say it. But sometimes it gets rot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but you can cut them and put it.
Okay.
For black gnome because I've been doing that.
Yeah.
And it's rot on the bottom, and then I just cut it and I put it on a new
medium.
New potting mix, and then it still grow until now.
Yeah, and the bottom part, did it grow any new? You completely rotted off.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that thing, it's the root.
The trunk. The whole thing. Yeah, it's actually it's actually its roots, right?
Yeah, its roots.
Interesting. So ferns are actually very resilient if you think about it. They really want to survive.
Yeah.
They're ultimate survival, even though they look very fragile and delicate. But yeah, that's something to think about.
But about other tree ferns, I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about tree fern as a substrate? Is it like really bad for the environment, really bad for
It's actually, I read a couple things about them, and it's not good, especially in Indonesia, because they just poach them, right?
Yeah.
They just poach them, and I know how long it takes to grow them, so I don't really use it.
Okay.
I don't really use it. You can still use something else, like I use andam.
Andam
is from ferns also.
It is?
Yeah, but they don't. They are from this type. They cut it, and then andam, right?
I thought andam is like twigs, but it's not. It's from ferns, yeah.
It's from ferns.
Okay. So it's like basically like an old frond like that died off. Is it like the woody stem that died?
Yes,
oh, okay.
Yes. So yeah.
And that's from like what? From the Boston fern?
No, not from the Boston fern. I think the name is Lane.
It's gonna be on the screen. We're gonna cheat today. We're gonna
something
follow up.
But Indonesian, we don't really have a standard. Sometimes they call it andam, but it's a different type of ferns. But it works really good, and we don't have. And to get that you don't have to kill the ferns.
What do you mean you don't have to kill it? You can.
Well, if like the root ciatea thing, you know, how do we say it? The tree ferns root. You have, if you take it, it means the plant's gonna die, right?
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe.
Or unless you take it off top and maybe like 10 grow back in its place. I'm being optimistic here. False optimism.
Just imagine they grow like 10 centimeters per year. So if
like
they grow that tall, they will need time and they shock, right? And you cut it, they will
take that much time.
So there's a big chance they will die. But for this andam, which I know, they're like spread it everywhere. So if you only take the top, so you don't kill the main plants.
Interesting. I really have to look at the picture to know what you're talking about. But they grow faster than
they way faster.
Interesting. Maybe that should be a thing to look up for
Maybe,
andam. I don't know the English word for it.
I don't know. Some people from overseas ask me what media I use. I said andam. What is that? I don't know how to explain it. It's just andam in Indonesia.
Maybe we're about to revolutionize the plant potting mix industry now with this discussion.
No, let's read about it first. Did I say something?
Yeah, but we should all take it with a grain of salt. Just read. We should also look, and again, it's a good sustainable alternative, but it may not still be the best in the world. But let's look into it. Let's give it time.
Okay.
Yeah, but tree ferns maybe not so good as a substrate, but not gonna shame anyone who use it.
Yeah.
Actually, very beautiful. They can take direct sunlight or full sun, right? Because they are tree ferns in general.
Tree ferns. Yeah, but you need to understand also tree ferns actually from the elevation is high in high elevation.
Yeah.
The main habitat. So if you go to Puncak, Bogor, they're everywhere.
All right.
But the temperature is not as hot as we
in the lowlands.
right? Yeah. So they tend to burn easily in here. But actually, I have one that is full sun.
And it's okay.
It's okay, but you have to water them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to do not let one day miss. Because they will burn easily.
That's what I hear. Actually, some ferns can actually take a bit of direct sunlight or a lot of light, but when they do that, they actually extract a lot of moisture at the same time. And if you forget to water on that like super hot day or in those conditions, it's the end. They don't forgive you. It's the end of it.
They become really moody.
Yeah.
But there's actually ferns that out there actually full sunlight. You know.
Yeah, there are.
Crosticum aureum. They live on the shore.
Okay.
Yeah, they live with mangrove.
Okay.
They love full sun.
Okay. What's it like other? Name me 2 other ones. Putting you on the spot. That love full sun.
Acrosticum, and then the other one is sometimes my blechnum, my tree ferns.
Yeah.
It's full sun.
Okay. Are they? You have to acclimatize them though. If you have brought them from a place that's not full sun, you can't just like stick it out suddenly. It will burn.
You cannot.
But here's the thing: if you burn the whole foliage off, and you know that this plant can take, and you just cut off the whole thing, it will grow back.
Yeah.
You
sometimes some species.
Oh.
Not all the species.
Again, too optimist for me, right?
well, like I told you, blechnum, you buy it from like let's say Bandung, which has a cooler temperature from BSD. You need to understand, even though there's full sun in there, when you brought it back here, the leaves actually grow in a cool temperature. So when you brought it in here and you put it on a full sunlight, it will burn.
Okay.
It will, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
They will grow back with a frond that is actually
resistant to the light.
Yes. So that's why sometimes I tell people, if you bought it from Bandung, you get ready for them to burn if you put it on a full sun. Yeah,
I've actually had like 2 of the ferns. I can't remember one thing. This one in the back. It was eaten by a rat. So one day I came back. I checked on it, and it was just gone. The whole thing was just eaten. And another fern, and then I was like, okay, let's just keep it. Let's keep the pot, and then it surprisingly it grew back. So ferns are resilient and apparently tasty for rats.
Really? Do you have any evidence that it was the rat?
It couldn't be anything else. It couldn't be my dogs, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It couldn't be. I really don't.
I don't think think so. Like I have so many ferns and no rats ever eat them.
Because you have many rats?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we live in an old compound and
Okay.
I just don't, no matter how many we kill them, they still
Oh.
go. But no, how dare you?
Yeah, but
Maybe it's not the rats.
oh, sorry.
But
Maybe I don't know what else could have eaten it. Like it really, the rats for sure ate my string of hearts.
Wow.
Yeah, in like the whole plot, because I was propagating a lot of them, it was gone, and it's just little bite marks, so you can see that it was eaten by the rat. Apparently, the rats love to eat string of hearts, but ferns are actually tasty to some animals. Is it toxic?
Some. I read some is toxic, some is not.
Okay, but dinosaurs used to eat ferns,
Yeah.
which going back to our dinosaur thing, because they existed before most of the plants did. So they are actually an ancient type of, like for ferns, we call it, like, how do we define a fern? A fern is something that produces spores rather than flowers, because they don't flower. This is the second tape because the video stopped itself. So.
Nice, you have to do it again.
So really, in a very basic term, ferns are plants that don't flower, they don't fruit, and they produce spores. This is one easy way to define them.
They produce spores instead of seeds and flowers.
Now, I've asked this before and I got the answer, but I wanted to see how different people explain this. But how do you get two ferns to hybridize? Because normally we would have flowers, with different plants, and that's how you hybridize. How do you do that with ferns?
Well, to be honest, I never tried them because I'm focusing on species right now, and but I do ask many people, and they would tell me that when you grow them by spores, and then they will have this stage called gametophytes stage. I hope I said it right.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's when they tend to look like a love shape. And yes, and that's the stage where they will have a sperm and eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when you mix them.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I know. I never tried that.
Yes.
I will try again.
So it's interesting. So to break it down, I like to say it often, but to break it down, basically the fern actually produces the spores.
Yeah.
They come down, and when it's nice and humid and sexy and warm, the babies, which is like the gametophytes, what they produce, and not all of them survive, right? I'm sure the spores,
not all of them.
And they produce this gametophyte, and they are the ones that have determined sex. They have male and female, and then they kind of do the sexy thing with each other. So it's like, so you're giving birth to genitals.
Yeah.
You're not giving birth to the plant itself. So
if you want to call it like that, yeah.
Yeah, no other living things do that, and I find it interesting how these plants have evolved over time to figure that out, that reproduction method. Yeah, so we will be back in the next episode where Wina gets to look at my plant collection that's not thriving, by the way, and gets to let me know what I'm doing wrong. We can see some species, a lot of care tips, and this is maybe for a bit more advanced. So if you're interested to learn more about plant, so if you're interested to learn more about fern care, I think, and also propagation, the next episode would definitely be something that you should look out for.
I get to judge you. Right?
Yeah, you get to judge me and my plants and my neglectful plant care.
Yay! Can't wait.
Yeah, thank you. So Wina's Instagram is going to be on the screen again. Please do give her a follow, and I want to thank her because I put her on the spot in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm sorry if I say something wrong because I'm still learning at this stage.
Yeah.
And we all keep learning every day. But I hope I could give you some.
Yes. I mean, it's been wonderful experience, wonderful sharing, and thank you so much again. And
for having me.
Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.